I mean, it's quite clear you've been scammed.
Yeah. That's how it feels, anyway. Whether that's intentional or not, Panasonic would refuse to comment on it, even personally. And I even said to the chap, I'm going to as a consumer journalist in this field, I'm going to have to report on this, if nothing else, to warn other people of the potential mistakes not to make. It's left me feeling like there is a shady side to the operation, and that perhaps I should be more cautious in promoting their products in what we do. We bought, as you know, a Panasonic Lumix S1 in the spring of this year.
Okay. And what's your thoughts on that?
I love the camera.
Were you glad you made the purchase?
Very glad I made the purchase.
How were you feeling at the time of purchase?
Excited, happy, elated.
And what caused that excitement at the initial point of purchase?
Well, at the initial point of purchase was it had an RRP, which was very favourable, but also, to further incentivise my purchasing, had a £330 cashback scheme from Panasonic themselves.
That sounds like they've just closed the deal.
Too good to be true, I thought. So at the same time, I went on Panasonic store, I bought the paid firmware update, and I also bought a Sigma L-mount to EF mount adapter so we could use our EF glass. It cemented the idea of moving away from Canon's mirrorless and DSLR cameras to me.
Well, let's be honest, it totally did. We've now got a studio that is pretty much, over the last 18 months, turned pretty much entirely Panasonic.
It has. Apart from lenses, because we just use vintage and all mongrel of different types of lenses.
But that side of it, nobody really has that much interest in.
Camera bodies wise, though, I'm looking around the room now, and I can actually see 3 Panasonic cameras staring at me, which is interesting. Anyway, it had a £330 cashback scheme.
And what you're telling me so far, you love the brand.
Yes.
So this must be hard for you to do.
It genuinely is, because it's going to upset some people.
So you love the brand.
Yeah.
You've invested heavily into the brand.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, tens of thousands.
But equally, the brand has offered you something exclusive, a discount.
A discount, advertised from the spring of this year. So I bought the camera. It arrived.
Right.
I went onto the website address that was advertised to claim your cashback, and it said you need to fill out these details, the serial number of the camera, and a photo or copy of the invoice/receipt, and also a photo of the bottom of the camera showing the serial number as well. So they could tie it all together and go, definitely sold.
Okay. That, for me, that's too much hassle, but I take it for you did all of that.
I did it because I thought it's 300 quid, you know.
Okay.
I then receive a notification saying, we've received your application. This will be processed in due course. It will arrive to you in the form of a prepaid or pre-charged credit card.
Oh.
I was like, that's a bit annoying. But do you know what? I'll probably buy a monitor or a Ninja V or something with it. Do you know, we'll buy something that we need. And it's essentially free. Do you know? It's free money.
Yeah, you've convinced yourself.
Convinced myself it's free. But, and that was it. That was the end of it. This was April. And as with all these kind of cashback and money back schemes, they take forever to arrive.
So you're talking 8 months?
Well,
8 months isn't that kind of long?
Well, I think it's probably going to be 6 months. But do you know what happens?
Oh, okay.
We run a business. We make a lot of videos. We're doing a lot of stuff all the time. Cameras. I forgot about it. And then Black Friday comes along, and I saw Canon has a cashback incentive, and it reminded me about this Panasonic thing. And do you know what? I've not heard back from them yet. So I got in touch. I said...
It's an honest mistake by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I said, Panasonic, I received notification that you received my application, and then nothing more. What's happening? And this was the reply I got. Dear Mr. Lawney, we apologise for this, but your application was sent too early after purchase. It is now too late for me to make any amendments for this, as the promotion has closed. Sorry for the inconvenience. Firstly, apologising for my inconvenience doesn't even fucking scratch the surface.
Oh, I can understand that.
The indignance as a consumer is unmeasurable at this point.
So you were too early.
I was too early And now it's too late. But they saw that I did apply.
So you jumped through all those hoops, which I wouldn't be bothered to do.
And a lot of people wouldn't be bothered to do.
You bought on the basis of this discount that was advertised, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. So they had advertised a discount.
Yeah.
You bought into that discount.
Yeah.
You then jumped through the hoops to fulfill the requirements of the discount. But then you completed all of that paperwork or the evidence too early.
Too early?
And therefore you're not entitled to the
but now it's too late. So basically, you need to be like fucking Goldilocks, and it needs to be just hot enough for them in order for them to magically pay it if they can be bothered. So what the really unhelpful person at Panasonic said to me, he attached the terms and conditions, which...
Let me guess. Was it an 18-page document?
It was a long document, yeah. And it happened to be the bits that were focused to me were in bold, which made it feel like maybe it had been edited right then to this scenario.
Did it feel like the sort of document that you probably would get set, but because you just want to make the purchase, you just go, yeah, approve?
Well, you didn't see it before purchasing.
Oh, okay.
Because you're purchasing from a retailer.
So the document comes after the purchase.
Document comes after the purchase, but it was probably on their website, and it would have been, I acknowledge I've read the terms and conditions with a hyperlink kind of jobby.
Oh, okay.
Of course, no one reads the terms and conditions.
Well, no.
And why would you when you are 100% certain that you're right?
Well, why would you when you're 100% certain that you're dealing with a professional
absolutely.
Outfit?
There's nothing
Are
remotely,
Panasonic a trustworthy brand?
I would have before this. I would have said yes.
Okay, so therefore you enter that dealing.
Yeah.
Go in. I recognise the brand.
Yeah.
They're not some cheap clone.
No.
They're the legit brand. Am I on the correct website?
Yeah.
Yes. Does the website look safe for my bank details? Yes.
Did I purchase through a legitimate retailer? It's not like some grey import or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well-known, established British camera retailer, high street shop. So they sent back the terms and conditions, which the bit that addressed what I was talking about was in bold. So obviously the document had been edited at that point. Whether or not that's what the original document read or not, I can't tell you because I cannot now then go back and look.
And regardless, I mean, I've downloaded apps from my phone that are maybe like a photo editing app even.
Yep.
Something as simple as that. Do you agree to the terms and conditions? I just want to download the app.
The problem is that you've got no option not to.
Yeah.
So you can't negotiate
I'm
the
not
contract
agreeing
at this point.
to the terms and conditions. I just want the app.
I just need to move forward. So anyway, in this it says that applications for the cashback have to be made 35 days after purchasing and be submitted before it's like the 20th of October or something. Now, because mine was submitted, but before 35 days, they've rejected it, but not told me. And now that the end of the promotion has ended, they won't acknowledge that it happened because the promotion has ended and they cannot address it. So, yes, I suppose part of this is my fault for not chasing it up sooner. But also, I just assumed it was in the trustworthy hands of a trustworthy company and that it will take time because there'll be so many people dealing with this.
This is the sort of thing where if it was done out of your personal account, you'd maybe be watching the money in, the money out more frequently than a business account. And with a business account, you're kind of...
Well, there's a lot more happening.
It's not like your accountant's going to go, oh, by the way, there's that purchase that requires a cashback amount to come. So it gets missed. And is that what Panasonic are banking on? Are Panasonic intentionally scamming people out of their cashback, falsifiedly advertised as cashback scheme, when really it's just hooking you in?
I mean, I hope they're not. And I said this as a person, I hope that this is a mistake in which I've fallen through the gaps of communication and they'll rectify it, and that this isn't an intentional or dubious policy in which you're relying on people not claiming the cashback. At which point he didn't reply to me. So I asked them for their comment. They refused to comment on this.
The cost of the camera was what?
£1,800.
And you were to get £300
Yeah, it's about 20%.
It certainly made me consider what is going on behind the scenes at Panasonic.
Yeah. And obviously, just from a pure accounting point of view, they knew that that camera was bought under that cashback scheme. So they had to allocate £300 to it from their budget of the promotional scheme. Now, they saw the application was made, that £300 has been allocated. Because they didn't follow up to tell me that it was too early, then that £300 that was allocated then just goes back into their profit. So whether they like it or not, they have profiteered from either accidentally or intentionally being neglectful. Profiteering.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Panasonic, your move. We want to hear your comments.
Get back to us. I'll send this to them as well.
If you've had a bad experience from Panasonic, maybe you've also suffered at the hands of their cashback scheme, then we also want to hear from you. There's our online articles that are written up, so links are down below. Get over there, let us know your experience.
That is 120fps.co.uk, and I'm not going to use music. I'm going to end on a somber note because I feel like it's serious.
It is serious.
It's serious. For those of you that want to see more, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe wherever you find us. And if you really want to support us, there is, of course, channel memberships where you can support us on YouTube and get access to exclusive juicy bits.
Yeah, if you like more of behind the scenes, if you like, well, just to act like a fan, then share the love. Become a member.
That's it.
That is it. I feel a little bit downtrodden by Panasonic.
Yeah.
They've taken the wind out a little bit.
They have.
So sorry for the lack of chirpy endings.
So thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time. Pete, what do they do with their thumbs?
Just remember, don't give them to Panasonic. Drop them down below. Thumbs show love. Be careful where you put them. Bye!